Do you realize that human beings cannot even walk in a straight line without having a visual point of reference? If you blindfolded a man or a woman and told them to walk, after a while, they will start walking in circles. If just blindfold us, we start walking in circles. No wonder people who live their life without a vision or a dream end up at the same old thing. You see them, they've been in the same profession for 25 years. No vision, just walking in circles. If you don't have a visual focal point, are you listening? If you don't have a visual focal point, we will naturally gravitate to eventually walking in nothing but a big circle. No wonder the children of Israel could walk in a circle for 40 years because they had no vision of what the promised land looked like until Joshua and Caleb went there and saw it. And it's not coincidental that out of all of those folks that left Egypt, Joshua and Caleb were the only two who actually moved in and saw it because they saw it before they saw it. But if you don't see it, you will walk in a circle. You will walk in a circle if you're blindfolded. If you live your life without a dream, without a vision, you'll be the same point. There are folks that hit you up, that went to school with you years ago, and they are still stuck in that holding pattern. Still the same. And they still relate to you and treat you as though you're still that same person. Say, man, you remember Miss So-and-so, man, you remember we were in a class, man. I haven't been in Miss So-and-so's class in umpteen years. Life is more than just that. I have moved on from that. I've got other issues that I'm dealing with right now. I'm looking at something totally different, and so you don't want to have your rhythm thrown off just because you're in a holding pattern. You have to always have something that you're looking at, because when you're blindfolded, it will cause you to walk in circles. You walk in circles doing the same stupid stuff, hooking up with the same kind of people, getting into relationship with the same kind of people because you're blindfolded. Something is obscuring your vision. Oh, touch your neighbor, say, it's tight, but it's right. Oh, my goodness. I'm glad you're here today. I'm glad you're here. And see, Jesus is saying, are you burned out on religion? You've gone through the motions of doing things, and you've been doing stuff over and over, and you get to a certain point. And you know, once you start getting some sense about life, and you say, listen, you know what, I done got too old for this. I love it. I love it when people have an awakening. Yeah. I mean, you know, there are still old fools. So just because you get old doesn't mean you get right. There are old fools. There are old, I know some personally. There are old fools. So you don't just get straightened out and get some sense just because you get old. I've seen some old fools on social media. I mean, they post their videos of they're doing stuff that their grandchildren ought to be doing. Or perhaps that their grandchildren even shouldn't be doing. And they're doing it. But whenever your life gets in a funk, it's because you are out of sync with who you are and what you're doing. You're out of sync with who you are and what you're doing. It is because oftentimes you're living according to how you were raised instead of living according to how you were made. And being out of sync in these areas cause you to get in this funk because something is not going right. Your rhythm is off. I mean, do you really think that we were designed to just be online 24/7? There's some people that every time their telephone vibrates, every time they get a notification about a message, a new message, somebody responded to something on your Facebook, on Twitter, on Snapchat, on Instagram. Just because somebody sent you something, and now we're getting news updated 24 hours. I mean, if something is happening around the world, in the Middle East, all of a sudden, we got the news of it. I mean, almost as fast as it can happen. If there's an earthquake in Japan, we got the news immediately. If there's something that happens down in South America, we got the news immediately. And we are being inundated with too much information 24/7. 24/7. We're online all of the time. We have so many digital distractions, and notifications that our souls are overloaded on information. Our souls, and no wonder he's coming back and saying, are you tired, worn out, burned out on religion? Come to me. Get away with me, and you'll recover your life. He's trying to tell us something very, very key here. We have all of these digital distractions. I mean, when I think about it, we have too many cable station options. I mean, you have cable, you got 500 channels. I mean, we have too many options. We've got too many radio station options. We've got too many website options. We got too many apps that are available, too many magazine options, too many book options, too many payment options, too many food options, too many shopping options. We have so much, we are inundated with stuff 24/7. If you can't sleep, you can go online and go shopping. I mean, you have to draw lines and create limits for yourself so that you don't overload your soul and inundate it with too much information. You have to draw lines, create limits for yourself. I mean, it's amazing that we've got more modern conveniences than we have ever had in the history of the world, and yet we are still in a rush to do everything. I mean, back in the day, you didn't have dishwashers. I mean, you did. They were at the end of your elbows. Your clothes dryer was a line in the backyard. And I just think, I think about how invasive that was, that your panties and stuff, your undergarments hanging out there for, and with the perverts that we have in our society today, I thank God that we have dryers. Because that would be somebody sniffing what's on the line. You all know I'm telling the truth. You know that.